the recognized symbol of excellence in collecting podcasts.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio. This is the show where we talk about action figures, toys, and all sorts of collectibles. So if that is what you're into, you have reached the right place. My name is John Sargent.
And my name is Christian McGann.
We're really happy that you guys are with us. We've got a loaded one, potentially the most loaded show that we've ever done. We are going to go through our bold predictions for 2026. We're going to give you the news that's fit to print for the week in action figures, and then we're going to do the toy history of the Incredible Hulk from Mego to Maximum. All of them. All of the action figures worth talking about in the entire history of the Incredible Hulk. I cannot wait to start talking about that. Before we dive into the nitty gritty, if you guys could subscribe to the show wherever you're hearing the sound of our voice, that would be awesome. You guys can also review the show. That is the only way that we grow. So nothing could be more appreciated from us than a review. If you're on Apple, slide to the bottom of your feed. You'll see 5 stars right there. Hit the 5 stars. Let us know what you think of the show. If you're on Spotify at the top, hit the 3 little dots. That'll bring up your option to review. It would be much, much appreciated. In addition to that, we want to look into your eyes and shake your hand, and we want to go buy toys with you. Me and Christian and some of the toy soldiers are headed to New Braunfels, Texas. If you're listening to this the week that it drops, this weekend. January 17th in New Braunfels, which is near San Antonio, we are going to the Retro Mania Toy Show. We're going on a road trip, Mighty Champions road trip, and we would love for you guys to come out if you can make it. If you can, let us know at Mighty Champions on Instagram. That way we can group up. If you can't go follow us on Instagram at Mighty Champions anyway, because that's where you're going to see the visuals, pictures of the Hulk, all that sort of thing, the new pickups that we get, the news, all that sort of stuff happens over on Instagram at Mighty Champions. All right, got all the admin out of the way. I think I did it in one breath. I'm seeing spots. How you been?
Man, pretty good. Despite not having a vehicle.
Yeah.
Because it's the saga of my car issues. Don't have a car, so been doing a lot of walking. And as you know, because I'm walking to and fro, work.
Both to and fro, yes.
To and fro, so I'm just like walking on a street or on the sidewalk or in the grass. And the walk from the gym to my house, which is where I work, and where we work, and then vice versa, it's like the walk. I told you this yesterday. The walk sucks. It's not a good walk, and I was trying to like explain why it isn't good, because I was like, well, it's not residential. So it's not like a calm, peaceful, nice little neighborhood walk. It's not, there's no scenery whatsoever.
There's no scenery in Austin. in North Austin.
There is. It's just, you got to be somewhere like specific. And it's also like not downtown, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's no buildings. It's not like a city vibe or anything like that. And my girlfriend put it a really good way. She was like, it's basically like a walk that you would do if your car broke down and you had to like walk to the gas station. And I'm like, that's actually very accurate.
There it is.
So it's like really weird because I'm like walking around and I'm like, wow, so these are what this brick looks like up close. Like, or like, you're seeing homeless people that you drive by every single day and then you're just like right there next to them. And
to learn their name, smell their breath.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, to say the least. So hopefully...
needless to say, you haven't been doing any toy hunting this week.
No, I haven't. But, it's weird because it's like, I am just... I think the justification for me that's made it easier, like for me to kind of like breathe a little easy, is because of Retromania. It's like, I'm going to save any bullets that I'm going to use for toys. I'm going to use it there. I've
been doing the same thing. I've found a couple of things that were borderline kind of FOMO purchases where, my reasonable brain was going, you don't need this.
Yeah.
And then another part of me is going, but I do want it, like the new Ultimate Kurt Angle. I already have 2 Kurt Angles, and I'm like, I'll just save the bullets. Save the bullets for Retromania and pull the trigger a bunch there. I had a really interesting week too, because I was getting over being sick still. Like, this sickness has just hung around. I went to my first martial arts class in a month, and my brain loved it.
That's enough time to lose some adaptation.
Oh my God, is it time? It was hard. It was real hard. But what happened was it went pretty well. And then learned how to do some stuff with some knives and did a bunch of kickboxing. It was a really good time. And then the next day I kind of woke up with my finger between my eyes hey, I'm all right. You know what I mean? And I kind of overestimated how all right I was. And I went into my own workout, which was very cardio intensive.
That was the day that we went to Chipotle, right?
Yeah. And I was not okay. I overestimated how recovered I was, and I was not okay. But yesterday I did another workout, and that did go well, and I do think I am over the hump and on the other side. And you and I are embroiled in a weight loss competition at the gym among 20 other people or something like that. So to be able to kind of put my foot down on the gas with the fitness, and my food has been 100 out of 100, feeling good. So that part, even though I had to break through that sickness, is feeling really good right now. I'm hitting a stride when it comes to that, which I'm happy about. I did do a bunch of toy hunting this week, and I just came up goose egg, just nothing.
I meant to tell you actually that I went to this Walmart, the one up north. I think the one that you don't go to. On 35.
I went to that one this week.
Did you see they have the everything? They had the Marvel or the Hasbro display.
I didn't see that.
Then it might not be the one that we're talking about.
I think it is, and maybe we just went on different days.
No, I went last Sunday.
It wasn't there when I went on Monday.
The one, and it's right across it's near, there's a Golden Corral over there. There's across the street, there's a Ross.
Maybe it's not the same one.
Okay, it may not be the same one, because this one is they had the Hasbro display relatively flush, Daredevil TV series, Daredevil, Punisher.
They have Psylocke and Thanos?
No, I didn't see those. But they had a bunch of X-Men 97 Wolverine, in his casual clothing and stuff like that. But yeah, I was surprised that there was a pretty good.
I still have never seen the Hasbro display.
That's crazy.
I've never seen it.
I mean, it's just empty. It's
I think you're all in the same conspiracy to try to convince me that it exists when it doesn't.
The thing is it's if it were cooler, in my opinion, if it were reigning supreme and flush every time, then yes, I would believe there was a conspiracy against you. But it's you know what empty pegs looks like, so you can imagine.
I did decide I want the Psylocke and Thanos one because Psylocke will look cool in my X-Men display.
You don't have a Thanos,
for
right?
me, she's a backer. But Thanos is Thanos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was I don't really have a reason to display him, but it's Thanos, and I think it's a great figure, and I want it. So I did decide that if I see that one, I am going to grab it for sure. But have never seen it. Have never ever seen it. So I have no purchases this week, I think, for maybe the second time since we've been doing the podcast.
Yeah.
And it ain't for a lack of trying. But come with us out to New Braunfels because you're going to see something special. I am going to drop some dough.
All right. You, how much are you thinking this time? What did you drop last time?
Wasn't much for me last time because everything that I found was really hot, too rich for my blood. I think I got an on-card Black Widow for $20, and I got my Neo. I had that whole interaction with that lady where she wanted to make me buy freaking Trinity, and I didn't want Trinity, and I ended up.
You left, and then she came and found you, and was like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I think I spent $50. I don't think I spent. I'm prepared. I'm prepared to get into 3 bills.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm prepared to get into 3 bills if I have to.
Wow.
But I'm also prepared to walk out empty-handed if nothing really rings my bell.
See, that's the difference, I think, between you and I. I will... I don't see myself leaving empty-handed. And I'm that would discourage me beyond recognition. Like, so I think if anything,
be water, my friend. Water can flow or water can crash.
I know, but like, at the same time, I'll look for like in a tub full of something. I'll buy a Ninja Turtle, like a loose $5 Ninja Turtle. I don't care. Like, I don't want to leave empty-handed. Like, that would be the most discouraging thing ever.
I'll take what the defense gives me.
Yeah,
you know that's so. If it's flush and it's going to be a expensive day, that's okay. And if it ain't flush and I'll leave empty-handed or somewhere in between, you know what I mean? I'll be happy just going and looking, and it's always a good time to just go to the big toy show.
Yeah,
it's always a good time, and especially because we already got some toy soldiers coming with us. I'm just looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who knows? I might go straight up show off and just start buying stuff because there's people watching me. I don't know.
I think I could leave empty-handed for sure if there was absolutely like nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was like stuff that I'm like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
I hope that's not the case. I probably will be like somewhere in the $100 range. I think most likely.
For you, that's 27 items.
Yeah, exactly. That's
2 of them are T-Rexes for sure.
Dude, yeah, that's what's so beautiful about what I'm doing right now is that I literally can, like, I don't know, like I can get a Star Wars, you know, episode 1 for $10. Like I'm just excited because like I'm gonna find something. Like I'm gonna find a played with Power Ranger that I'm gonna be like, oh, I love that, and I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm looking at. It's like, dude, again, if I can leave with a suitcase full of items for $20.
You're bringing a suitcase?
I mean,
Samsonite.
That actually may not be a bad idea to get a bag.
Roll in with a get one of the little kid like Ninja Turtle suitcases.
That
like
actually
a rolly bag.
Literally, that might actually be some marketing that we might need to discuss.
Oh my god, yeah,
going forward.
We might be onto something.
Because
here.
like, yeah, like
rolly bags for toy shows.
Yeah, we don't ever think about like bringing a bag and then it's like, oh crap, like, you know, the first booth you already got 4 or 5 items in the hand. So
I am a habitual, and this goes for toy shows, Target, HEB. I am a habitual, didn't grab a cart or a basket, and now I'm carrying awkwardly 100 things guy. Always have been that guy.
Funny.
I've forever been Lloyd Christmas walking back from the store with a giant cowboy hat and a paddle and ball and like a box of beer in his other hand.
That's hilarious.
My whole life.
Yeah.
And having to stop to buy nudie magazines and telling an old lady, watch your wallet.
Is that from Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got robbed by a sweet old lady on a motorized cart and he didn't even see it coming.
Yes.
All right. So we're kind of talking about predictions here. Let's get into them. Let's get into our bold predictions for 2026.
Let's do it.
The power of the Hulk could be yours when you need it with Hulk Hands. Hulk Hands, hear them roar. With all the thunderous sounds of the Hulk built in. The power of the Hulk is in your hands.
I've got the power of the Hulk in my hands, and I like it!
Hulk Hands with real Hulk sounds. Is there a Hulk in you?
That's fantastic.
All right, so if you were listening to last episode, we were looking to the past and we gave out our awards. Go back and listen to that episode. We gave out our awards for all of the action figures that the Mighty Champions Action Figure Radio Show gives a crap about. Now we're going to look to the future. We're going back to the future, and we're going to talk about our bold predictions for the year. And we had a really thin conversation about what that means.
Yeah.
It could be anything. I got some stuff. I know you got some stuff. So we could just kind of spin it around and see what happens here. I'm gonna kick things off here. I've got a couple Marvel Legends predictions.
Let's hear them. Because I think like I'm curious what they're going to be because I feel like I was sort of thinking, I feel like maybe we're in the same wavelength, but let's hear what you got.
So for 2025, we had said that the Gamerverse line was line of the year, right? We gave out that award for line of the year, but that was really heavily because of Marvel versus Capcom, right? And they haven't totally run that well dry, but they took out a big chunk of the Marvel versus Capcom options, right?
Right.
So my prediction is obviously they're going to want to continue that Gamerverse brand because it's hot right now. But what games really serve that? Because most Marvel games, the characters look what they would look like for just a normal comic accurate Marvel Legend, right? And you can't just slap the Gamerverse on there. So I went through the entire list of all of the Marvel games that have ever come out, and my prediction is that the Gamerverse line will lean heavily into Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
I had a feeling
think
we'd go
that's
there,
the
yeah.
only game that has alternate looks and the popularity. Like, people played those games, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's really not other games where both of those things happened. Like,
You know, I may have already told this on the podcast. I rented Ultimate Alliance one time and was crucially disappointed.
really?
Because
you
I
couldn't do the RPG stuff?
Didn't understand that it was RPG. I just saw this is a game that has all of my favorite characters that I idolize,
Yeah.
and I am excited to play with them. And then it was like, push X to run up and spank him. And then run back.
I'm not an RPG guy. I'm like pretty anti-RPG mostly. Every once in a while, one will slip through the cracks, and that's one of them. Like, I thought it was pretty action heavy as far as RPGs go.
Now,
So
I will say, and again, I think you and I have talked about this because you had not heard of it or maybe even played it. Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects.
I know.
Yeah. That game, I loved it so much. Like a game, it was like a fighting game, but there was also like tangents of like where you would just walk into a room and then kill a bunch of aliens, and then you would have somebody that you would fight against. Like, it'd be like, I'm Wolverine, and then I'm like going up, and then I gotta fight against like this lady or person or whatever. So, but that one probably wasn't popular enough to get a game line.
It didn't. Like, Ultimate Alliance was huge.
So at what point, and you would know more about this than I would, because I'm like, did they already cover all of the... no, actually, you know what? I mean, you may even get to this. I might be spoiling it, but like, isn't there another X-Men game or another Marvel game? What's the one that we played at Pinballs?
The like arcade game?
Yeah, the arcade games.
So there is X-Men, right? It's just called X-Men, the arcade game, which is the like pre Giant Size X-Men look, like that 80s look, or right around Giant Size X-Men maybe. But those figures have already been covered. You know what I mean? Those looks for like Dazzler's maybe the only one that's not
Dazzler,
like,
Hawkeye's in there.
yeah,
right?
like so you need alternate looks that exist only in that game, and it's slight, but it's a slightly different Captain America, slightly different Iron Man. Wolverine is more like what he's dressed like in the movies with like jeans and a tank top, that kind of stuff. Luke Cage, those like all of these characters have like they look like what they look like in that game, which is just a slightly alternate version from their normal look. So like my prediction is they're not going to drop Gamerverse just because they're out of ideas. So they got to go somewhere. So that's where they're going to go.
I mean, I'll actually throw one in there because I believe that Wolverine, the PS5 game, is coming out.
That's going to have a lot of figures. For
so
sure.
that one is going to have.
Yeah.
I'd probably almost bank on that one a little bit more, and then pull from like. I know there's other Marvel games out there.
Yeah, but they're not alternate looks for the characters.
Yeah.
Trust me, I went through the list.
Yeah.
My next prediction for Marvel Legends is that they are going to, it's a theme of the show, they're going to go hot and heavy into the Incredible Hulk retro cards.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get my what used to be a wish that I manifested and is now a prediction. We're going to get a line of retro card Incredible Hulk figures.
Yeah, I think that will be the case. I also believe that there probably will be, I guess they already kind of do that with some of the other lines, right? Yeah, that's the only one that's not being done as like a retro card. Yeah.
Ghost Rider has the one figure.
I was going to say, because I was going to bring up Ghost Rider, but then I'm like, actually, but they, you know what? They might do a remake, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
And put it in a similar
Yeah,
box.
but I think they're gonna do exactly how I laid out on whatever episode that was. You're gonna get Rick Jones, and you're gonna get Betty Ross, and you're gonna get Thunderbolt Ross, and you're gonna get all the monsters, and you're gonna get what's his name, Scavenge. What's his name? The kind of other Hulk guy with a beard. Not Mephisto. I can't remember his name. And you're gonna get all the Hulk universe people on that card or that box. That art, I think, is like the Abomination is the first domino, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Next Marvel Legends prediction, and you might agree with me. So Gamerverse started off terrible, got great.
Yeah.
The X-Men 97 line didn't start super good, got great.
Yeah.
The retro card in general didn't start awesome, got great. The Maximum series has not started off great. Like Spider-Man, yes. Hulk and Deadpool, I think that the Maximum series in 2026 is going to get great. They have a history of learning and growing and changing and adapting and getting better. Mm-hmm. And I think that the Maximum series, they're gonna start putting out some stuff that blows your mind. That's gonna have that like value, playability, and ultimateness to it. That's gonna start being like, this is legit. Like they're seeing what Mafex is doing, and they're seeing what Mezco is doing, and they're gonna try to bridge that gap.
Yeah,
because they're honestly losing ground. There's a lot of people out there that are more than willing to spend $130 on a figure if they think that it's good enough, and they've got the ability to charge $60. It should be pretty close. You know what I mean? If it's coming from them. So another prediction is that the Maximum series is going to skyrocket this year.
Yeah, I think Daredevil is going to be the next one.
Oh God, I can't wait for Daredevil.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do some, I was about to say heels, some bad guys, some villains, like Doctor Doom and stuff like that. There's some villain potential that could be pretty huge.
Well,
Green Goblin with like a legit glider and like that kind of stuff. Like I think the Maximum series has the potential to be monstrous. My last Marvel Legends prediction, and then I'm going to let you finish.
Yeah.
The mini comic wave, I think they're going to start getting into 2-packs. Virtually everything goes to 2-packs with Marvel Legends, and I was like, okay, that so many characters have been done in comic accurate, so like there's plenty to do for sure, but the Gamerverse popularity and enough people paying that price point, if I'm them, I go, people want 2-packs.
Yeah.
They want more for their dollar. They want to get more stuff out of it. So I think you're going to start seeing mini comic 2-packs from the same comic. Which like that sounds pretty like exciting level of potential, like infinite potential, honestly.
Yeah.
Like imagine I don't know, Captain America and Red Skull.
Yeah.
Or, whatever. Spider-Man and Venom in the I don't think they've sold a Spider-Man and Venom together.
Right.
Like that stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are my Legends predictions.
Nice. Yeah, I could pretty much agree with you on all of that. I think mine would probably be less of like, it's more broad, but I feel like to touch on what you were saying just about like the Maximum is like, I think they recognize that they're charging more money. And I think they're like, we know we're just going to charge more money because people are willing to pay for it. But I also think that they are looking at it, they're looking at it through the lens of being like greedy for sure. But they're also looking at it the same lens as being like, we know what people love and we want to make something that people love. And I think they want to justify what they're making with the cost of what it's going to cost.
Yeah.
And so I think that...
I don't get the impression that Hasbro is trying to rob people. They are too expensive.
Yeah.
But that's because of the way that the world
No,
is.
I know for sure.
Yeah.
But I also just, I don't know. I just still, I still believe that there is a version of them being like, why don't we mark it up a little bit? People are willing to pay for it. We've seen in like, they're in
everything.
It's everything. I know.
That's avocados.
Yeah, for sure. But I just feel like that's probably going to be the thing. So I definitely agree with you. I feel like I think because of the success of the retro gaming, I think they're making all of the versions of the characters that people have been begging for, literally for like probably the last several years. And I think that is something that Marvel Legends Toy Biz did way better than like the versions now, in my opinion, is that they were like, we're going to make the definitive look of this character, even though, again, at the time people would argue and say like, oh, like the sculpt was bad or whatever. But like, dude, if you go back and look again, watch the carbon scoring video where he goes through the history of them, it's just like, oh my God, that's so perfect. That when I think Spider-Man, that's exactly what I see. And I feel like they're finally getting to that, especially with like the, you know, the way that the Maximum, I mean, obviously like the Maximum series Hulk and the Spider-Man. And what's funny about that too is like, it almost is like they're thinking that if we do these Gamerverse things, then those characters look like the versions from the video game, but also kind of so does the Spider-Man can actually work for that kind of.
Yeah,
right?
There's crossover for sure. I saw somebody.
So does the Hulk.
Somebody took the, what was it? The Maximum series Spider-Man head and put it on the animated series body.
Yeah.
And it worked perfectly. I was like, oh, there's the perfect Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and they were putting it in their Marvel vs. Capcom.
Right.
display.
Looking at it right now, it's like, oh yeah, he's much more blue and brighter red and stuff like that. Looks more like Spider-Man. So I definitely think that they're going to tap into that. So it is interesting to think about like what they're going to, you know, like they're going to be tapping into a lot of that retro stuff. I think McFarlane obviously is like
talking McFarlane. I got some McFarlane.
Yeah, I mean, I think McFarlane is going to be. I don't really have like. I think they've done a lot of characters that I would have asked for if I had still been collecting McFarlane. Like they're doing all of them that I'm like, when I see them, I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like I love the fact that they do Dr. Midnight or whatever, like those B and C rated characters. It's hard because they put so much out. It's like, dude, what other ideas are you going to have? But I do feel like they're going to start pulling in, kind of talking to what you said about like doing 2-packs and stuff like that, because they don't really do those. If they do, it's sort of like kind of a BS version of a 2-pack. It's like the Godzilla and a Superman. But actually they just started doing this now that I'm thinking about it.
Their 2-packs are like the dopest Superman you've ever seen and Atomic Skull. Like, yeah. They're like, if you want this thing that's great, you must endure something else that you don't care about.
But I think actually they've unveiled this early. I didn't actually think about that until just now. I think they are aware of that because I'm pretty sure they could see. I mean, like I've seen McFarlane in the social media respond to being like, the reason why it's this cost is because of, like, they were like, oh my God, because it's like, man, if you have 360 comments on everything that you post, that is just absolutely like stepping on the thing that you worked a year to do, you know, like people getting paid for, like they're crapping on it. And it's like, I think that they've learned. I think we've talked about that. Like McFarlane has stepped their game up. The 2-pack, one of the more recent 2-packs that they were putting out is, the Spectre and the Atom Smasher, sorry.
Yeah.
And that looks sick. 2 characters that, like, if I was collecting McFarlane, I'd absolutely buy that, you know? So I think they will start doing more 2-packs with characters that people actually want.
So the prediction for McFarlane that I wrote down was the Dying Days are going to be epic. Yeah. I think McFarlane Toys is going to empty the chamber and go out with like an attitude of, you're going to remember me. Like, I mean, if you're gonna make documentaries and YouTube shows about the McFarlane DC multiverse toys, because we are gonna go out with a bang, and you're gonna remember the heavy hitters and the ones that were successful and the good stuff. Yeah. And you're gonna push aside the reuse and the scale and the pricing and the just wacky releases and the nonstop Batman. I think they're gonna try to finish really, really strong with stuff that they have already had in development. And they have been doing better for the last like 8 months, 9 months anyway. So they did eventually learn. It was just too late. You know what I mean? They did a good Superman, and they did start doing like a really good Flash, and like, so you're gonna see the definitive versions that they never ever did now. Like now they're gonna start cranking those out because 1, they want to finish strong, and 2, they don't want to see Mattel start strong. Yeah. So they're going to try to flood the shelves with the coolest stuff that they can do, so that they don't want Mattel to look good in comparison. You know what I mean? You don't want your ex's next, boyfriend to be better than you.
Yeah.
So you get in shape, you get a haircut, you get a better job.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I think a perfect example, that freaking Batcave display that they put out for the animated series look, like that thing is amazing. I actually looked it up to see how much it cost with almost the intent to want to buy it. It's like $275, which is just like, okay, that's McFarlane.
Yeah,
again.
McFarlane.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'm good, but like that's still freaking amazing.
It's really, really cool.
Like you can use it.
Way too expensive.
Yeah, it's way too expensive, but you can use it pretty much with every Batman.
Dude, the talk show from the Joker set was like $200 and something.
That was the one that they were like explaining why it was so expensive.
I've been keeping an eye on it because I think it's cool.
Yeah.
As just like a backdrop, and just it's never gotten to a price that I think like $60.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't know what I would pay for it, but it sure is heck.
$60 seems about right. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you're buying a Robert De Niro action figure and then a Joaquin Phoenix Joker, like.
Yeah.
Plus, like.
I would buy a Robert De Niro action figure if it came with a Joe Pesci action figure.
That would be great. That would be great.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Okay. What other predictions you got? I've got some about you.
I will get to that. I don't really have a ton about you. I definitely feel like of the one will be something that we will witness as time in memoriam, as Tony Soprano would say. But crap, I just lost my train of thought. We were talking about the other prediction for this year. I think I read somewhere about, did Mattel get the Turtles line?
No.
Okay,
No,
I thought I
not
just
that we're
read
aware.
that. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Maybe you saw it and I didn't. I haven't seen that.
Okay, yeah, then I could be wrong.
So yeah, I didn't put anything for Turtles. If I'm just off the dome, my prediction is that NECA is going to go into overdrive. I think NECA already is the flagship Turtle brand, and like most people are collecting one of the many NECA lines.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they'll probably start producing a, I guess 80s version also that will blow up.
I really wish, like, I think the NECA Phantom and then Flash Gordon figures are some of the best action figures I've ever seen in my life. The actual build, but nobody cares about that. And obviously, I've talked about, like, I think the best Superman figure ever made basically was the NECA
Alien,
and then the Batman. Like, those are the best figures I've ever seen in my life.
NECA makes A+ stuff almost exclusive,
but they don't really do that build for much. They make more realistic type stuff. So if, like, let's say if, like, you know, obviously this isn't a prediction as much as it is a wish, but like, dude, if NECA was like, oh, we got the line to DC and we're just going to start making those figures at a retail cost. Yeah. Dude, I like, that would actually be my wish. Like, you know, so just because I think cool. I would probably have to, like, start collecting more.
Yeah. I'm just looking for the right door to walk through with Turtles at the beginning. You know what I mean? Yeah. All the coolest figures are Turtles, and by the time I got to them, they were down the road. And if you were to go back and get what you needed on the aftermarket, it would cost a mortgage payment. So I'm waiting for a day one Turtle drop that I can, like, sink my teeth into, and maybe it's going to be NECA once Playmates goes away. But that will be a 27 thing, because Playmates has them through through 26.
There you go.
But maybe we'll get some news. Okay, I'm going to go through some wrestling stuff here.
Okay.
One, which is hardly going out on a limb, Chris Jericho is about to have the biggest toy year he's ever had. He's rumored, heavily rumored, dang near confirmed to have re-signed with WWE. The Royal Rumble's coming up pretty soon, and he's most likely going to debut in it. And what Mattel has been doing recently with Cody Rhodes and CM Punk and a couple other, like, returning people is that they just start cranking out figures left, right, and center. If you go into any Target or Walmart right now, you will find 3 to 5 versions of CM Punk and Cody Rhodes there, and they're going to do that with Chris Jericho also. He has such a history.
Does he not have any current toys out right now?
He had a bunch of Jazzwares AEW figures,
okay.
like a bunch of them, but Jazzwares hasn't released a figure in 9 years. So, and he hasn't been on TV in 6 or 8 months. So they're going to give him the red carpet treatment. The same thing they did with Jesse Ventura, right? They just said, okay, we have Jesse Ventura. Here's 10 figures announced all at the same time. They're gonna do that with Jericho for sure, and they already have his previous run in WWE stuff that they can update and do the top picks and the from the vault and the defining moments and all these things that they're doing where they just update an old figure and release it again. They could do that 20 times over with him.
Wow.
My other prediction is that that's also going to happen with Macho Man Randy Savage, who hasn't been with WWE or Mattel in, I don't know, 6 or 5 or 8 years or something like that. And he's just kind of, his license has been like around the independents. And then smart money would be go back to WWE, go through that same groundswell, then leave again, right? So that you can keep on doing that. If I was his widow or whoever has his estate, I would do that 10 times over. And it feels like it's time. It feels like some new WWE Macho Man merchandise needs to happen. So
Wow.
I think that's going to happen. I also predict that the Monday Night Wars line is going to continue to be awesome and impossible to find. Not much of a prediction.
Correct.
I also am predicting that the Ringside Collectibles Unsanctioned Classic Superstars line is going to have some really, really big releases. I think I touched on it in the news a couple weeks ago when they announced that Joe Hendry figure. That is such a big deal that they're going to do singles wrestlers as surprise drops. They could do Sabu at any moment. They could do, as of right now, they could do Macho Man Randy Savage at any moment. Like, how big of a deal would that be? You know what I mean? Like, so I think that's going to really, really take off, is that surprise drop unsanctioned is just going to happen a couple of times throughout this year. And they're good enough figures. Hopefully they'll get a little better. They'll improve. They're not bad at all, but hopefully they'll get a little bit better. Those are my wrestling predictions.
Nice. All right, so let's get into the predictions of each other. You go first, because I don't have as many as you probably.
You seem like this might turn into a fight.
No, I don't.
Okay, I've really only got 2.
Okay,
I've really only got 2. One is, I think you're going to get real deep into Lord of the Rings and Power Rangers this year.
Okay.
I think you go through this cycle where something will enter your mind because you watched it or we talked about it or it just came up, and then that is a seed. Then that seed will slowly grow and grow to the point where you're shopping for Godzilla stuff.
Correct.
And you have been dropping little things here and there with Lord of the Rings, and I think it's going to grow over a month or 2 months or 3 months, and you're going to become obsessed with it eventually, like coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, like the Power Rangers one is spot on.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I think just now, again, I've talked about this, I think in the last episode, but just dipping my toes in everything I love and have loved, and it's like, it's that feeling of completion, you know, where you're like, holy crap, like I feel complete now. And I think you're right. I think that for me, that time of like filling my shelves, because not that I'm getting close to the end of like the Marvel space, but I think that like I think just like filling some other areas in my heart is like near. So I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. My other prediction for you is that at minimum of once, I'm going to see you have a temper tantrum because somebody asked you to pay with cash.
Yes.
Could happen this weekend.
It could happen the weekend where I'm flipping tables and I must, somebody tases me because I'm freaking out. But
yeah, even if you have the cash, you're still gonna
here's
be
the thing.
Sore about it.
I'm not pulling cash out. I'm coming to help you out, brother. No, I don't know. I mean, you're right about that. I don't think I ran into that issue last time. Actually, you know what? I had cash on me. Dang it. I had cash on me last time.
You just love just holding the gun to your own head and saying take Cash App or I'll kill him.
Yeah. I think for me, which is funny because I feel like the cash is actually smarter because
I just realized I had 3 purchases this week that I totally forgot about. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm like, something's off here.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like I feel like cash is smarter because it keeps like a barricade around you.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
if you pull out $100 cash, and then that's like sort of the intent of like, okay, like this is my budget that I'm pulling out. So it kind of gives you that extra sense of protection, I guess, of like not going too crazy. But yeah.
All right, you got any predictions about yourself?
Yeah, I do. I would call this predictions and desires, and I think like future or goals.
Sounds like a steamy novel.
Yes, exactly. I think one thing that has really become like, again, just the same way with the collecting, where it just feels right, where it's just like you are building these building blocks of your soul, you know, like with Power Rangers and stuff like that, like being able to give, you know, I talked to you the other day about like hearing my friend talk about, you know, his toys and the way that we were talking about them and how I came to a realization about my own life that I mean, I knew, but like it actually almost became more clear to me, which was like, you know, he was like, oh, I had this, I had this, I had this, I had this, I had this. And I'm just like, holy crap, like every single one of those things was like essentially me as a kid looking at them from behind the glass and realizing, because I grew up like insanely poor. And so just like not being able to have those things, and why I think I love the way, I mean, obviously imagination and all those things play a role, but I think like because I have that and the way I view the toys that I did have were just sacred. Mm-hmm. They were sacred because it was like, they didn't come frequently. They came every once in a while. And when they did, they were just like the greatest thing to ever happen to me. And the same with like KB Toys, like going to KB Toys or like, you know, looking at the back of the Marvel Legends catalog, like all of those things were just like constantly in my brain, just desires, right? And so feeling like that has been really just like, you know, obviously checking off those boxes of, you know, like the young version of myself. But I think just in general, surrounding myself with it more, obviously via this podcast. So that being said, like traveling more, like I don't travel ever, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's with the band, that's probably the most amount of travel that we do. It's not via plane. It's obviously like we're driving to go play shows and stuff like that. But I think this year I really want to tackle like the intent of traveling with like the intent to buy toys and like travel to toy stores.
Bro, let's road trip.
Exactly.
Let's go to Toy Vomit. Like
Yes.
let's go see some of these places, man. Like
Yeah.
let's get on the road.
Yeah. So that's basically like, I think one for me was just like taking and this ties to everything else in my life. It's like taking everything that much more serious, because it's just like, dude, this is it. The time is now. And so like, like I'm gonna go, I want to go places, and do those things. But let me tell you what I think that predict.
Let me tell you what you think. What I think of you.
Yeah. So I only have one, but I think you've already started. But I think it's going to become more apparent in a comedic problem. Okay, I think it's going to be a problem, but I think it's going to be hilarious. I think that this is the year that you fully step into vintage like never before.
I have that written down for myself.
Okay.
That vintage is going to become the larger piece of the pie chart for the first time ever. I
think so too. I think what will be the thing that, like, if this were a video game and you reach it, will be the Robo 1. I think, or the whatever it's called, right?
Yeah, the Robo 1.
I think that once you get that, I think will like solidify you, and it will knight you as a knight of pursuing vintage toys. And I think that it will, I don't want to say that it'll, like, I think the modern stuff is going to keep you busy Monday through Friday, but I think that vintage will become,
modern is my day job.
Yeah, modern's your day job, but like
I moonlight as a vintage hunter.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like everything we've talked about, everything you've talked about, it's just like the same thing I was just saying. Just like it's all rooted in childhood and the things that like were like the everything to you. It's like, dude, you owe it to yourself.
Yeah, something changed when we started doing this podcast, because when I before the podcast, I was collecting modern stuff that reminded me of my childhood, but I was but I buy it because I love it because it's better. You know, I mean, we talked about this on some episode. It is better. It's had better technology, better articulation, better accuracy, better like playability, more heads, more hands, better packaging, better just quality. Like it feels more sturdy most of the time. And so I am really happy pulling that thread. But what started to happen the more we did segments about the vintage and my brain going into that space and thinking about where I was at that time and that sort of thing, and genuinely forcing my brain to remember playing specifically rather than the overarching just I love this, right? But a specific being on the floor playing with the Bigfoot Crunch Arena. I went, oh crap, I need a Bigfoot Crunch Arena. Like, and that happened with Predator, that happened with RoboCop, that happened with multiple things that we started talking about. I just went, you know what? I need the thing. I need that actual thing. Yeah. Which was not on my radar at all. And in addition to that, I make lists of my collections, and they're all really, really close to done when it comes to modern. Wrestling is really just replacements. So the 3 figures that I got was the brand new Legends, Rob Van Dam, Rey Mysterio, and Bobby the Brain Heenan. Bobby the Brain Heenan I did not have, but there are Bobby the Brain Heenans out there. Rob Van Dam and Rey Mysterio were both replacements. Like, that's kind of where my modern collecting is at now. Like, if a better Cyclops comes along, I'll buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so vintage is really wide open. Yeah. Like, there's less of it that I would want to buy, but it's more expensive, so saving bullets. But you're dead right. Like, vintage is going to be huge for me.
Yeah, and I think just like the more that we've done this podcast, the more that we've dove into like the history, like we sort of see behind the curtain, or like how the sausage is made in a way, right? Like, it's like, I think that's been like one of the bigger things for me is like seeing how these things, like especially learning a lot more about like the Marvel Legends, and never really, like they always were this thing that was like they were sent from heaven, they were crafted by God himself, sent down and gifted to us. But then it was like, oh whoa, I didn't realize that they used the same body as this. Like, that almost humanizes it a little bit more. And but on top of that, it's amazing to like sort of be surrounded with this, like the vintage. I think there's so much, I mean, obviously vintage is like the driving force for toys, I believe, right? Like Retro Toy Con, the Toy Federation does. It's like there's a collective of like probably $1 million+ being spent and being received in a single weekend because of Ninja Turtles or G.I. Joe.
Nostalgia, man.
And nostalgia. And I think
the reason we're sitting here,
the reason
that anybody's exchanging money for plastic.
Exactly. Yep. And I think that for you and I, this is like, as we step further into this and do more research, learn more, become more of like a wealth of knowledge for why these things exist, where these things are. And now it's like anywhere we go, we're going to have the eye, and we're going to know directly where this came from. And there will be times where, like, I mean, it happens all the time, where like, holy crap, there's Hulk list that we're going to get to.
Oh, buddy, this Hulk list is eye-opening.
It's eye-opening.
Yeah.
So, what other ones do you have for yourself?
The last one that I have on here is that I think I'm also going to get really heavy into VHS.
Yeah.
I made a list, and I think that'll be my, in those seasons where you just are itchy, and you're going through a little bit of a dry spell, and you just got to pull the trigger on something, the sealed VHS thing is going to be like my fallback. I already got Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Cool.
Makes me happy, like just to see them.
Yeah.
I've seen a few people have a few different types of displays. I saw one person that has a Christmas movie VHS display that they only put out for Christmas with a TV with a VCR built into it, and they just have a movie playing during the season. And I was like, something like that that's more year-round could be my wheelhouse. Mm-hmm. Like that could be pretty sick. So I do think I'm gonna get a nice set collection of VHSs, sealed VHSs.
Yeah, I think what's cool about a lot of the toy stores we go to is that a lot of them have those.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, if you don't find anything at a toy store, but then they have like a VHS section, then it's like, dude. And then same thing with you and video games as well. It's like, You know, you
video games is always kind of a little bit of a fallback.
Yeah.
If I can't find anything else, I know those two things got my back. Let's get to the news.
New at 11, buyer beware. A local family is outraged over a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy that they bought for their son. It says a variety of phrases, but the family believes one of them includes a swear word that starts with a B.
Full disclosure, I forgot to curate the news this week, so I'm just going to go over to Toy Shiz on Instagram. Big shout out to Toy Shiz. He does all the heavy labor for the news generally anyway, but I'm just going to kind of run through what he's got going on here. So the first thing that I'm noticing here is I believe that is Fallout Coffee. That is not us. Is some McFarlane figures have hit the stores in California. The Green Lantern Flash and Jay Garrick Flash. These look incredible.
Yeah.
These look exactly like what we were just talking about.
Right.
They're going to start nailing your mind's eye version of characters and just selling them at a decent price.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And there you have it right there. Like, if they had launched McFarlane DC Multiverse with this, I would have been all the way in. Like, all the way in. These look great.
Yeah.
Like, these
They
legit.
look really good. I like the packaging too. Classic DC Direct like logo.
Yeah.
It's good.
There were some NECA. I don't even know what you call these. They're like somewhere between a figure and a doll. That got announced this week. One of them is Jason Voorhees from, I want to say, Friday the 13th Part 4 or 5. I'm not up on my Friday the 13th. Looks great. It's $129. They also showed off a Michael Myers of the same scale. They're like 12 inches, I think. It's hard to say. Also $129. There is a foot soldier from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Looks great. $129. There was also Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street 3. A Batman 66, and a Daredevil, which really surprised me.
Daredevil is amazing looking.
The Daredevil looks like a blown-up version of a Toy Biz Marvel Legend.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the packaging is...
The packaging is incredible. As a mint unbox, it's incredible.
It is.
It's not $130 incredible, but it does look really, really good.
Yeah, that looks so good, man. Like, I'm not even going to lie. If I saw that loose somewhere, I would even entertain buying that. Because that's exactly what Daredevil should look like.
The scale is weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like these 10-inch Justice League figures. One by itself is kind of weird. If you put together an entire team together of the same scale, now it looks cohesive, and I'm digging it.
Right.
Let's see what else happened. Oh, there was also that same scale, that same size, a reproduction of the giant size Ninja Turtles Leonardo. Which, like, if you missed the OG giant size figures, this is an awesome opportunity at getting a newer version, and it's right around the same price as the old ones are, I think, around $130. In Marvel Legends, the 2-pack Colossus and Shadowcat, or Sir Kitty Pryde, went up for pre-order. That should still be available for pre-order, I would imagine. They look really, really good. Like, I think they're astonishing, right? Astonishing Colossus and Kitty Pryde.
Astonishing X-Men.
Yeah, Astonishing X-Men. Like, if you don't have a Colossus, that's a perfectly good, like, mainstay Colossus, I think. Yeah. Any other big toy news this week? I think it was kind of a slow week.
Yeah, there's a Mezco, the Batman Year One.
I missed that.
Yeah, that one looks really good. Kind of like the cloth style Mezco.
Oh, yeah. Is that Year One, or is that like first appearance?
It's Year One.
Yeah, okay.
It looks amazing.
Yeah.
I love the Year One design. Like, comes with a couple different heads, a Bruce Wayne head, bunch of hands, and then like some obviously like accessories and stuff like that. It looks really good.
Yeah, that does look really, really good. Mezco is they just stay killing it.
Yeah.
That Batman logo though, it looks made up, like fantasy. Like I don't think I've ever seen that before. Not the one that's on his chest, but the branding.
Oh yeah, well, that's the stand that he comes on, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought that's like a logo in this graphic.
No.
Okay, yeah, no, that is very cool. Yeah. Anything else?
Nothing else that I'm interested in.
Okay, let's start talking about the Incredible Hulk.
Nothing can hold the Incredible Hulk. Introducing the Incredible Hulk break-up playsets and smash and crash figures.
You'll never get out of my gamma ray trap. Watch my bubbling brains. Hulk smash gamma trap. Arr! My vibrating energy field will stun the Hulk into my steel body trap.
Attach the super density bomb braces. Lower the neck harness. Activate timer.
Hulk smash. Roar!
Break-up playsets come with Hulk. Smash and crash figures each sold separately.
All right, if you've been listening to the show for a while now, we have had a little bit of an ongoing thought and ongoing discussion about the Incredible Hulk. It's a pop culture icon, a superhero. It's in the realm of things that we talk about, so the Hulk comes up quite a bit. And you and I have we don't agree on a lot.
Correct.
Like we are opposed on most things, I think.
Correct.
One thing that we vehemently agree on is the Incredible Hulk and how unbelievably awesome it used to be.
It used to be.
And how lame it has become.
Marvel has single-handedly killed that character.
The
Marvel movies.
The comics are cool now, currently. The movies have done your boy dirty.
Yeah.
So we thought it would be cool to run through the literal entire history of the Incredible Hulk action figures. We put this list together. It took...
I'll say, I'm going to give you credit. You put the list together. You did the dirty work. You got in the trenches.
Yeah, I was doing my actual job, my other actual job, martial arts, having a relationship and a dog, my workouts, and putting together this list all week.
Yes, exactly.
Don't cry for me. Just review the show.
There you go.
So we are covering the Incredible Hulk. We're not talking about the other versions of the Hulk. We're not talking about Joe Fixit. We're not talking about She-Hulk. We're talking about just Purple Pants. I did include the Gray Hulk because that's like first appearance.
Yeah.
I did include Planet Hulk because that's part of the lineage of the Incredible Hulk. But we're not getting too far off of the main path here.
Right.
And we are talking about action figures. We're not talking about tchotchkes. We're not talking about statues. We're not talking about Mezco, for instance, right? We're not talking about high-end, like...
But those are, I think everything you're saying it's like an honorable mention.
It is an honorable mention. It's all part of the thing, but
yes.
For the love of God, we have to draw parameters,
Yeah, exactly.
right? So we're talking about toys that you play with. You know what I mean? Toys that a kid would have purchased and punched stuff with, right?
Correct.
If that sums things up. So before we get into the action figures and start kind of dissecting that, I'm going to run real quick through the other media that the Hulk has appeared in, which in large part was the basis for the figures.
Yeah.
More often than not. So, first appearance ever, The Incredible Hulk #1, 1962 comic book by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I think we all know that and love that. But if you don't, that's where the Hulk came from. His next appearance as a titular character is in the Marvel Superheroes cartoon in 1966, which, as I was doing my research, I didn't realize this was one show that had mixed up episodes of different characters. I had the VHS of it when I was a kid. I watched it one time and it was so unbelievably bad I never went back to it.
Wow.
It's like the cutout of where just the lips move and the music is terrible. But part of the stepping stones that create this thing that we love, right?
Yeah.
Then the next time he pops up as a titular character, the Incredible Hulk TV show. Lou Ferrigno, Bill Bixby. This was my life, brother. I'm talking about sitting on the floor eating. This is going to shock some people. This is going to create a civil war. Sitting on the floor eating peanut butter and pickle sandwiches, which are legit, and watching the Incredible Hulk TV series.
What?
I'm telling you, dude, it's awesome.
See, I was thinking about that the other day. I tried to do something one time to be like shocking.
Also,
I
when
feel
you're
like.
a kid, you just eat what they put in front of you.
But who put that in front of you?
Some relative somewhere had that same, like, trust me.
They were like, crap, John's over here. We need to figure out what to make him.
It's not like a family staple.
Let's see,
but
I got a,
like one cousin was like, "Trust me, this is legit," and it is really good.
That sounds like something you would buy at a joke store. Peanut butter and pickle sandwich coming straight up.
Did you ever watch that show?
I did. My memory of watching that show, my dad was like, "Oh man, this is awesome," you know? And so and my dad's not like a comic book guy, but he did like that show.
It was a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah.
It broke through the barriers.
And it's funny because I remember even at a very young age seeing how like depressing it was in a way.
It is kind of like melancholy.
Yeah, where he's just like constantly on the run. And my first memory of it was like being in a hotel in, I think, Del Rio, Texas, which is on the border of Mexico, and then like watching a full like marathon or something like that, and just being in there and being like, whoa. And then it was just like the way my parents reacted to him transforming, like hit me like a ton of bricks, because they were like, here he comes. And then I was like, oh my God.
The transformation was revered in the old stuff.
Yeah.
I watched Thor Ragnarok the other day. They don't even show it to you. He's not even on screen when it happens. The stuff that I'm going through right now, the transformation was the cool part.
So, you mentioned Thor Ragnarok, which, we disagreed heavily about, which I've never seen.
Yeah, no, you have a lot of opinions about stuff you've never seen.
Yeah, but like, again, you agree with me, though.
I do.
That,
it's too funny.
Yeah, like I was saying, like I don't, and I'm going to recite the bit because this is worth mentioning on the podcast, which is like, I refuse to watch Thor Ragnarok because I don't need a joke every 30 seconds. And if I did, I would YouTube Don Rickles compilation, to which one of my clients walked up yesterday and was like, I said something and he was like, I didn't understand a word you just said. And then I'm like, well, we're talking about this. And I said the Don Rickles bit. And then he was like, oh, Don Rickles as the Hulk? Which I was like, that is amazing.
Yeah, Taika Waititi would cast Don Rickles as the Hulk.
I would probably watch it.
The next place where the Hulk pops up, this is also near and dear to my heart, the Incredible Hulk animated series in 1982.
Beautiful.
There's only 8 episodes, 12 episodes, something like that.
Okay.
But what was going on in 1980, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, they were showing that cartoon, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, and RoboCop and the Ultra Police back to back to back on Saturday mornings.
Beautiful.
And before those things was the 50s Superman show, so that was my Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Basis of my whole life, I guess.
I don't even want to know what you were eating at that time, all right?
If you guys haven't seen the 82 animated series, go out of your way.
Before we get to the next thing, and going back to the TV show.
We have 57 figures to get to, by the way.
Okay. So the what's it called? So I remember renting a couple episodes of the Bill Bixby Incredible Hulk, the Daredevil, right?
There's a movie. There's a TV. So when the series ended, there was a TV. Well, first it started as a TV movie. That was popular enough to make it a series. Then the series ended. Then it was the trial of the Incredible Hulk TV movie, which has Matt Murdock as his lawyer and Daredevil is
and he's wearing
Kingpin is like a dude with a beard.
Yeah, he's like wearing the
black.
He's wearing the black.
Yeah.
Thor is also
Thor's
in one of the episodes. Yeah. So that was like really mind blowing to me at the time.
Yeah.
But I've never seen, again, the 1982 or
82 cartoon.
Yeah.
The next time Hulk pops up is 12 years later. Well, the next time he's the title is 12 years later in the video game The Incredible Hulk for Genesis and SNES. A piece of crap.
Okay, whoa.
Then in 1996, this is maybe more your wheelhouse, the Hulk animated series.
Yes.
The Incredible Hulk animated series. Love that show, can still watch that show. Lou Ferrigno plays the Hulk. Like that's kind of the world that we're talking about. What we want out of these figures is kind of what that show is. Then we move forward about 9 years into 2003, and you've got the film Hulk by Ang Lee. Convinced myself I loved it at the time. It is horrifically boring.
Yeah.
Horrifically boring. But I'll tell you what's not. Same year, 2003, Hulk the video game. Based on the movie.
Yeah.
That is not based on the movie because they didn't have the script, so it's a sequel to the movie, and it's just a straight up Hulk game that has way more in common with the comics than it does with the movie.
That's what they always do.
That game rules.
Yeah.
I watched a whole gameplay of it a couple days ago and getting in the right mindset here, and I was like, oh my god, this game is so sick. I remember how fun that was. And then the sequel to that game is The Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction.
Amazing.
2005 on PS2 and Xbox and GameCube.
Rented it on GameCube. Played the heck out of it. Felt like there was a what's the thing, like the hourglass.
Yeah.
Was behind me constantly
because you're never going to play it enough.
I knew I needed to take it back. And I was like, oh god. And then my mom was like, well, we can just rent it again. We'll just like re-rent it. And I'm like, oh my god, yes. An amazing open world, like really before like open world.
Yeah, pretty close. Then you got your Incredible Hulk film in 2008. Again, convinced myself that I loved it when I came out. And I do love the Hulk scenes.
Yeah.
Everything else in it is profoundly boring. Like I watched it last year. I've watched it recently, and I couldn't believe how bored I was. Wow. Like, it's just not a good time. Yeah. And then that movie also had a game for PS2, PS3, and 360. Then you wrap it up basically with Hulk Versus, which I purchased on eBay while doing my research here.
Great.
Should arrive today, which is fantastic. If you've never seen Hulk Versus, go out of your way to see it.
Absolutely.
And Planet Hulk, also very good, based on the comic run. So that's 2010. That's the last time the Hulk was a title character in anything. That's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a crying shame. But let's get into these action figures because that's what you guys came here for. Everything kicks off in 1974 when Mego releases the Incredible Hulk Rotocast, which is kind of like hard, like I guess is the best way to put it. And it goes well, but it doesn't go like super well. But a couple of years later, in 1979, Mego releases the World's Greatest Superheroes line and the Incredible Hulk there with the white shirt and the ripped jeans. That's a like legendary toy.
Wow.
Like in the history and the pantheon of toys in general, that Hulk is up there. Like Robot Chicken uses that Hulk as their Hulk in the show.
Never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Like, that's the level of icon we're talking here.
I've heard of Mego and then saw you spell it out, and I was like, I did not know that that's what it was spelled
Full
like.
disclosure, it's never been on my radar because it's before my time. You know what I mean? I don't come around for another 4 years. So, it just missed me.
It wasn't invented yet.
It missed me, but like that's the foundation that we're all standing on.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So big ups to Mego and all the OGs who came before us and were desperate to get their hands on 1979 through 1990 Christmas on that. You know what I mean? That held up the hobby. That held it all up, right? In 1980, they put out a 12-inch version of that. My understanding is people don't care as much about the 12-inch. They want the 8-inch. They like the ripped jeans and the white shirt, and like that's the one out of the Megos.
Wow.
The next generation is Mattel gets the license, and they are putting out Secret Wars. Like we have the modern day Secret Wars, which is in homage to this Secret Wars that ran from 84 to 85. That Secret Wars is a tie-in to the Secret Wars comic book, which we should all know and love. If you don't know, Secret Wars was based on a group study that Marvel did with children, and they basically used buzzwords to figure out what kids were interested in, and the two things that they were most interested in were secrets and wars. So they said, we're writing a comic called Secret Wars. We're going to do a tie-in action figure line. The comic book is going to have the Hulk on the cover. It's going to have iconic panels of him holding up whole planets from inside of the planet. He's going to be a main character in that story. He is not in the figure line. They just didn't get around to him.
Wow.
So from 1980 all the way until 1990, when Toy Biz takes over the Marvel line, there's not a Hulk figure. That's shocking. Like that, the Lou Ferrigno show is heavy in reruns. These like video games and stuff that we're talking about, those are being released. They just no one made like
no
an action
toys,
figure.
but I bet you. I mean, like
There's other stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna
there's
say
little monster trucks, or he's present.
Halloween masks.
Yeah, but there's not action figures, which is I was shocked about that. But Toy Biz does come around, and Toy Biz starts things off with their Marvel Superheroes line, and the Hulk representation there is the crushing arm Hulk in the 5-inch scale, and they basically repackage it and reproduce it from 90 to 93. Same figure, crushing arm or something to the effect of crushing arm, kind of over and over again. So it's similar to the Mego. It's like a staple that like held over, 3 years to kids is a long time. That's like a full generation of kids almost right there. So like big ups to the crushing arm Hulk for holding up a whole other generation. But around 1996, the cartoon comes out, and they went hard.
Yeah.
They went hard. So I was a big fan of the show, but I don't know if these figures didn't get released in my area, or if I didn't care, or if I didn't have the right store. I don't remember these. And I was looking at them. So you've got the Incredible Hulk animated series line, which has the Rampaging Hulk. Has the Rampaging Hulk with collapsing brick wall.
Yeah.
And Savage Hulk with transformation action. That one's cool because it's got Bruce Banner.
Great.
It's cool and it's not cool because it's a big rubber thing where you put the Bruce Banner inside the Hulk. But like in the package, it looks cool.
Yeah.
The Rampaging Hulk with collapsing brick wall is dope. The brick wall is kind of stupid, but the figure is great. What I didn't know was that there were multiple lines of the animated series that they just kind of changed the name of. So the next wave is called Outcasts. It's the same branding, but now they just put the word Outcasts on there.
Yeah.
And the Gamma Blasted Desert Mutants Hulk, which is like Hulk and a monster.
Yeah.
Like a bug or scorpion or thing, something. But the Hulk looks really good. Like most of these look really, really good. Then the next wave of animated series figures is called Smash and Crash. And it's got Hulk with crash out action, and then also battle damage Hulk with restraints and smash out action. Like, I had no clue that there were so many figures from that show.
Yeah.
In my mind, it feels like a dud. It feels like I was the only person watching it. Like nobody at school was talking about it. You know what I mean? So I didn't know that it ran so long. Like I didn't know that they got that many figures out of it.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. Now we get into your wheelhouse.
Wheelhouse, baby.
So that's 97 is when Smash and Crash comes out. And then we got another blank spot until 2002. And then in 2002, Marvel Legends, Toy Biz. We're still working with Toy Biz here. They start producing the Marvel Legends. And in Wave 1, you've got Hulk. Like just Hulk.
Yeah.
And it is a banger.
It is.
Like, tell us about it.
Very long arms. Like we say, that's like pretty noticeable. But yeah, I mean, you just get like a classic Hulk where he's raging. His mouth is open. He's screaming at the top of his lungs. He's roaring. And then you have the variant, which is like him that comes with the white shirt, which, and it's ripped up.
Isn't it the white shirt in Series 2?
That would be a variant. It might. No, I think that would be a variant version.
You think I think that the no shirt is in Series 1, and then the white shirt is in Series 2.
Oh, I thought it was just a variant. I could be wrong. I mean, you might be right.
I could be wrong too, but I thought that's what it was.
I think because Series 1 is Hulk, Toad, which is super random, Iron Man, and then Captain America. Mm-hmm. And so, but you might be right.
I think they just re-released the same figure with a shirt in Series 2. But it's the white shirt ties the room together.
Oh,
it
it's
just
so
it just
beautiful.
makes the whole presentation better. The Toy Biz Marvel Legends run for the Hulk gets a little bit interrupted here because in 2003, that's when the movie Hulk comes out.
Yeah.
And just like the video game, the figures are way better than the movie. Like, the packaging's really cool, and the figures are really cool. So Series 1, you have Hulk punching and Hulk smash and crash. Series 2, you have Hulk twist and slam. Series 3, you have Hulk rapid punch and Hulk throwing. Series 4, you have Hulk rampaging, Hulk smash and scream, Hulk superposable. These are all cool. Like,
Yeah, they're great.
nearly every one of them is cool. If someone was to gift one to me today, I'd be stoked about it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't chase them down,
Mm-hmm.
but if I had one presented to me, I'd be over the moon about it.
I had one. It wasn't super big, which I think was like my complaint about it at the time, because
Yeah, they're a little smaller scale.
they're a little smaller scale, except that there were larger versions of them.
There was like 13-inch versions.
Something like that. So one of the things with that movie was obviously, like, it wasn't very good, but the toys were really, really, really great. But I think what sold it to me and made me the most fired up I probably had ever been on movies at the time was because Hulk was
Punching a dog in the nuts.
yeah, but he also they did the thing where they were like, the angrier he gets,
The bigger he
the
gets.
bigger he gets, and they did that in the movie. And I bought the Incredible Hulk cereal whenever the movie came out, and on the back of it,
Dude, how good is tie-in cereal?
Oh, it's
Batman
delicious.
cereal, WWE cereal,
Spider-Man, yeah, it's
Spider-Man
delicious,
TMNT cereal, Hulk cereal.
dude, turned it around, and it had his height, and it was 15 feet tall.
Whoa.
And I was like, that is so sick. And then specifically remember driving under an overpass and saw that the little sign at the top, 15 feet. And I was like, that's how tall the Hulk is. There was no messing around with that, man. There was no messing around.
I love it.
Yeah.
We come back around to the Toy Biz Marvel Legends because we get the Hulk Classics, which are Hulk Classics Marvel Legends.
No, I mean, like I was saying the other day, it's like it's like an extension line, the same way that they were doing the X-Men Classics, where like, because there's no Marvel Legends on there. Marvel Legends, I think, was intended to be the definitive version of the character. Okay. That's why they put them out. Whereas, like, with these, they were like, oh, well, we want to do our own.
We can do the side stuff.
We can do the side stuff, because they had X-Men Classics, Spider-Man Classics,
Yeah.
which is essentially what led to Marvel Legends.
So the Hulk Classics line has a bunch of characters in it, but we're just talking Hulk here today. So you got Superposable Savage Hulk. I know that's where you live.
Yes.
Because the term superposable is, you're a sucker for it.
You're correct, by the way. Series 2 is the white shirt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, Hulk Classics, you got Superposable, then you got Hulk Smart, and you got Hulk Gamma Punch with Banner. That one, as an in-box display, screams to me.
Yeah.
Like the Hulk and Banner lined up with Banner in front of the Hulk looks like the cover of the number ones. Like
Yes.
I had the number one from the 90s, which is like kind of purpley and just modern at the time, and like I prefer that cover versus the original number one.
Yeah.
And this box looks like that to me, and I adore it.
It's the in Hulk, the Ang Lee one, where Eric Bana is looking in the mirror and he wipes it, like, the fog off, and it's the Hulk there, and it's like, purely human, it's you.
Also happens in the video game.
Oh, that's right, it does, yeah.
Okay, now we're back to the Legends, and we're all the way up to Series 9. So the last time we saw regular Hulk was in Series 2.
Right.
And we're up to Series 9, so it's 2005, and you get your first appearance gray, and the variant to that, the green.
Correct.
There's an argument, best Hulk figures ever.
Yeah.
So I put it on Reddit, what's your favorite Hulk figure? This one got mentioned a couple of times. Less than some other ones. I'll tell you which ones were like top. But this one got mentioned a couple of times. The gray and then the variant green. That's like as Jack Kirby as anything could ever be.
100%.
Like,
yeah, I was going to say, like, if you are building versions of Avengers or characters, it's like, that one is perfect for your like golden age kind of
Your
Jack
first
Kirby-esque.
Avengers. Yeah, like that one is so cool. Then we get to the Face Off series, which I didn't know about until we started doing this podcast. And you've got the two different versions of Hulk versus Leader. You got closed mouth versus brain head, and you've got open mouth versus tall head.
Yeah. Big head.
2006 Face Off series, The Dying Days of the Marvel Legends. Maybe my favorite Hulk figure.
100%.
Like it's that Hulk is. It does have the Toy Biz kind of weirdness in the teeth kind of area if you were trying to nitpick it.
Watch your mouth.
But it's virtually perfect.
It is.
Like virtually perfect. If someone had that as their definitive Hulk, I would say bravo to that. The Leader leaves a lot to be desired.
I mean, I'm not sitting here being like, the perfect Leader is having a green nutsack on his head. So, you give me the giant freaking 14 head or you give me the nutsack head, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. So the Face Off series kind of represents the end of Toy Biz. And Hasbro takes over also in 2006. And you have told the story of getting Marvel Legends and not knowing why they're different. Because,
Correct.
like, you're a child and an idiot.
Well, I was, that's 2006. So I must have been like, I don't know, some age. Old enough. It's where I'm starting to age out a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it changed on me. Got worse on me.
So Hasbro starts things off with Build-A-Figure waves. Like that's Toy Biz invented it, but that's where Hasbro begins, is doing Build-A-Figure waves. And in the Annihilus wave in 2006, you have the Planet Hulk figure.
Yeah.
And it's decent. Like, it's pretty good. I love the story of Planet Hulk. I'm not a Hulk completist, and Planet Hulk would not be my definitive Hulk. But for somebody that's putting together a full-blown Hulk collection, Planet Hulk's going to be involved, and that is a good one.
Yeah.
There are better ones to come, though, for sure. 2 years later, Eric Bana's out. Edward Norton is in, and the Incredible Hulk comes out as part of the early days of the MCU. And of course, figures come with it. Just like in 2003, the figures are better than the movie.
Correct.
I don't think that the figures of the Hulk look better than the movie Hulk does, though. These are pretty rough.
Yeah.
They're Hasbro, but they're not Legends.
Right.
They're just Incredible Hulk. And they did Grey Hulk, Classic, Power Glow, Mega Clap, Shield Smash, Power Punch, Steel Beam Weapon, Mighty Smashin' Hulk versus Hulk Buster. Don't get that confused. Hulk Buster is just a little army man. Walmart exclusive Battle in New York, which is Hulk versus Abomination. Target exclusive Gamma Glow Hulk and Target exclusive Limited Edition Hulk. Don't ask me what makes it limited. They're okay.
They were okay. I even knew at the time, because I had the Steel Beam one, that it was just like, it felt like it was like almost I'm holding this thing and it's like somebody's changing something and it's like dissolving in my hands.
2
Like
years 2 years ago, we had the Hulk that came with the Leader.
Exactly.
You still have in your hand and in your toy box the first appearance Hulk, the Legends Hulk. You still have the Ang Lee movie Hulk is still like kicking it around the house.
Yeah.
So it's all right, but it pales in comparison.
Right.
Like pales in comparison. And even people who were 5, 6, 7 years old in 2008, they have no reverence for this movie. You know what I mean? It didn't grip anybody.
Yeah.
It didn't hang around. Then we get the Fing Fang Foom Build-A-Figure, which that entire wave is Hulk characters. The Hulk specific figures in that wave are Classic Hulk, Savage Grey Hulk, and King Hulk, which is Planet Hulk. They're all cool. They're all really, really good as far as 2008 Hasbro standards go. Hulk figures, the Classic and the Savage Grey, are both really, really good.
Yeah, and at this time, the packaging, I believe, for the Hasbro Marvel Legends at the time got better. So this is, I think, when they started to find their footing a little bit. That wave in particular, from what I've seen, is like extremely sought after because of one, Fing Fang Foom.
Yeah.
But it was still just like completing that line because I've seen the whole line in person. It's very expensive.
Yeah, because it's like you said, not just the actual Build-A-Figure sought after, but usually in a Build-A-Figure wave, the figures are not, or at least 2 or 3 of them are not. All of these figures are really good.
Right.
So like I could see that being the case. Okay, and then in 2010 there is a Toys R Us exclusive Valkyrie and Hulk. It's fine. You know what I mean? It's nothing that's going to change your world. Then in 2012, things start to kind of change right around here because the Avengers movie comes out, and Marvel, Hasbro, and eventually Disney put all their eggs into the MCU basket for a little while to varying effect. So you've got the Walmart exclusive Avengers movie figures. There's an 8-inch Hulk there. I really like that figure. 8 inches being pretty significantly taller than the other Avengers.
Yeah.
This is the Mark Ruffalo Hulk, which you and I both have a dislike for, but I started off liking him, and I like him in this era.
Yeah.
I like that Hulk. I like Hulk in that movie. That's one of my all-time favorite movies. Like, the first Avengers is way up there for me.
Yeah.
And the treatment...
Well, they treated him right. You know, smashing Loki, like...
It's the first time, I think, ever where the Hulk's characteristics get the opportunity to be heroic. When Captain America says Hulk smash, and we've lived with him our whole lives, and you know what he's about to do, and it's for the good guys and against the bad guys, that's the first time that's ever happened.
He says it in The Incredible Hulk, though.
But I mean, that moment. I'm just saying that.
I think you meant like when he actually says Hulk smash.
No, I'm just saying when he does the smashing.
Okay.
And he's smashing bad guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I love that era of MCU Hulk, like, a lot. Then in 2015, things get a little murky because now we're in Avengers Age of Ultron. Watched that recently. It's fine. It's just fine. The Hulk is good in it, though. It's you know, Hulk, Bruce Banner is really struggling with what the Hulk means. I still like Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner here. I don't like him in a relationship with Black Widow. That came out of the absolute thin blue. But these figures are weird because now we have UK releases. So you have your Avengers Age of Ultron Hulkbuster wave, which is released in the UK. There's also a Thanos wave, which is released in the US, and they have the exact same Hulk figure in them, which is lackluster. Like, the figure is lackluster. Then there's a Target exclusive 3-pack that comes out in 2015, which this one, we talked about this a little bit while I was putting this together. You guys might want to look up this Target exclusive 3-pack from 2015 that has the Vision, Hulk, and Ultron in it. When it came out, you may have thought it was an Age of Ultron release, an MCU release. It's not. It's a comic book version of these characters. It just so happens to have the movie Avengers logo on the box because the movie is out. But these figures are really cool. Like, these figures are really good, including the Hulk one. So that could be a hidden gem that we've uncovered here. Then Thor Ragnarok comes around in 2017. I still like the way that the Hulk is treated. I don't like the way that Bruce Banner's treated. And that's the end of me enjoying the Hulk. Like, that's where... Not enjoying the Hulk, but the MCU Hulk. You get what I'm saying.
Correct.
So the Thor Ragnarok wave comes out, and the wave itself is a Hulk Build-A-Figure wave. And it builds the Gladiator Hulk from the movie. So if you like the movie and you like that look and you like that scene, this will look good in your display. It looks just like it looks in the movie. But you got to get that entire wave or pay through the nose for the Build-A-Figure. And then there's a UK release that is the same Build-A-Figure wave, but the figures to get the Build-A-Figure are different figures, which I don't know why they do that.
Real weird.
Yeah, I don't know why they do that.
It's like, we just got to need to do something a little bit different than what they've done over there.
They do everything wrong.
So for some reason in the US, it's a Don Rickles Build-A-Figure wave.
Do you know that they call them spaghetti hoops?
Call what? Spaghetti hoops.
SpaghettiOs are called spaghetti hoops.
They just want to be different.
Yeah, they just want attention. They
They're
just
like,
want
have you
attention.
ever had a...
Shout out to our German listeners who probably don't do it dumb like the UK does.
That's correct.
Avengers Endgame Hulk Build-A-Figure Wave in 2019, which builds Professor Hulk. If we were ranking Hulks on this, I would put this one real close to the bottom. It has a derpy look on its face. Like, you can't... The figure itself, there's nothing that suggests that it's Professor Hulk except for the goofy smile on his face.
I think I want to do a Burning Man type scenario, except everybody bring Marvel MCU action figures, and we all together unite as one and burn them once and for all.
Okay, but what goes down must come up, because now we're going to rebound and we're getting kind of out of the MCU. We're up to 2019 now, and we're talking about the 80th anniversary of Marvel Wolverine and Hulk 2-pack. This is the Hulk that I have in my display, and it is according to...
Do you have the Wolverine?
I don't. I bought it on eBay.
Oh, okay.
This is according to my poll on Reddit, and I didn't even know 100 people response. This is the top Hulk.
Okay.
It's Mego and its 80th anniversary 2-pack.
Interesting.
Are the two, like, this is the one. And in my opinion, this is the one for me. Like, this is the one that I have in display. The reason that I kept the Maximum Hulk in the box was because it's not better than this one. This is my favorite Marvel Legend.
Wow.
I love how huge it is, and it's still posable. I love the hair. I love, like, the face. I love every inch of it. I would take it to bed with me if it was acceptable. Then you've got your 80th anniversary retro card, which is not necessarily the same thing. It's more in line with, like, the superhero homage. And there's a gray Hulk and a green Hulk on that card that are good. But considering that earlier in that year we got the definitive Hulk, they're kind of a little bit of a step down, but you wouldn't be upset if you got them. You know what I mean? Then we go back to some kind of disappointing stuff with the Walmart exclusive deluxe 2021 compound Hulk, which is half green and half red. Why? Just, it's the same body as the one that I'm talking about, so it poses well and whatever, but, like, why? Like, did that even happen in comics?
The dog is snoring right now, which is, like, I think when I look at that figure, it's just, I'm snoring too.
Yeah. Did that even take place in comics?
Probably.
If it did,
it's the same thing with, like, the Batman Superman crossover type thing. Like, it's just, God, I hate that.
So stupid. Then you have the 20th anniversary of Legends Hulk, which is really good. It's kind of a re-release of the 80th anniversary with, like, a different head sculpt, I think.
Yeah.
Same body, different head sculpt. If that was the only Hulk in your display, you'd be really happy to have it. If it was on the wall in that Toy Biz homage box, you'd be happy about that. Great release.
It is, but I would still pick it outside their window and say, you could never be what they were. You could never be it. And even looking at that box, it's just like it's just a wolf in sheep's clothing, man. Just a wolf in sheep's clothing.
All right, relax.
I'm over here being Don Rickles as Hulk, okay? Listen, you don't want to see me when I'm angry.
You're killing me. Oh, my God. Also in 2022... Diamond Select. So I had went through this whole list and I forgot that Diamond Select existed, and I was like, oh crap, and I went, oh, they only released one.
They only have one. Yeah.
One regular Hulk, which is the Immortal Hulk. Really cool. Really, really nice release in 2022. A smattering of people that voted for this in the Reddit poll as the best figure, which I can't argue that.
I think it's, because it is the only one, I think it's actually pretty expensive. If you're out there trying to find it.
I feel like there's some knockoffs, and I couldn't really judge because I saw it for $3 and I saw it for $300.
I'd go with the 300 one.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it's probably somewhere in that range. Then there's a 60th anniversary of the Avengers releases from Hasbro that comes out in 2023, and they put out a gray Hulk that comes with Bruce Banner. Mm-hmm. I like the gray Hulk figure. I don't like the brown shirt. Like, I don't even like it in the comics. I think it's just a terrible color combo. But if you take the shirt off of it, the gray Hulk looks really good. But if you put that Bruce Banner with any of your favorite green Hulks, now you're talking. Now you got something going.
Yeah.
But the Gray Hulk looks good, sans the brown shirt. I know a lot of people don't. They display it with the brown shirt, or they don't have a I think the brown shirt is like an eyesore, personally. Then we get into the Infinity Saga figures in 2023, and there's just a straight up release that's not a Build-A-Figure or anything like that of Gladiator Hulk. I think it is the Build-A-Figure from the previous. And then the last thing released thus far is the Maximum Series Hulk, which I really like, but it's very divisive. Very divisive. People don't like the reuse of the body. People don't like the head sculpts. People say that the material used on his chest that like kind of flexes is delicate. I don't have these problems, but people have problems with it. And then the last note that I have here, the 2025 Hasbro Secret Wars line also doesn't have the Hulk in it thus far.
You know what's interesting? Maybe we could throw that into the prediction, is that they probably asked themselves that same question. Like, why isn't there a Hulk? And that maybe they'll do it.
I think that anyone who works at Hasbro has to have the knowledge that Mattel failed and didn't put him in a 2-year-long wave that was literally the comic was invented to sell the toys. So they have to have it in the works, because they would be like knight in shining armor stuff. You know what I mean?
I'd be curious, was there another Hulk out at that same time?
That the secret? No. The only thing that had been out before that was Mego.
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
You should listen to my podcast. We did a whole history on the Incredible Hulk where we covered that.
I'm right here the whole time. Yeah.
So now having heard that, now having had that entire history, anything changed? Any opinions changed? Does your favorite figure, your least favorite figure, your thoughts on the Incredible Hulk, anything different or changed?
Nothing, man. If anything, it just my like seeing it go downhill for so long just reinforces my why. You know? I'm like fully bought in. And if anything, it just clarifies that I'm even further going to pursue the Hulk Classics line. Some of them are expensive. A lot of those like single, like the X-Men Classics, the Spider-Man Classics, there's Fantastic Four Classics, which I think are a pretty easy miss because they are really, really bad, even for my standards. But the Hulk Classics, I think I have one right now that I bought, like I said, for $5 at the one of the chemical toy fairs. That's missing his thumbs is still like an amazing Hulk figure. And it's like the one that you squeeze his hips and he turns and he smashes or swings or whatever. And it's like, that to me is full blown straight up Hulk, where it's just like this dude's can destroy the whole city. So even more so, I feel like I'm just like completely more bought into the past as I've always been. And so, yeah, like just even talking about it just gets me fired up. And I'm like, all right, can't wait to keep finding more of that.
So my opinions didn't change, but I think I developed an idea for a collection or collections.
Yeah.
I am going to pre-order that upcoming Abomination because it's on carding with the Hulk that I love era. I think what I want is things that represent that era, whether they're modern or new, is if it came from people who love world destruction Hulk, city tearing down, scary kaiju monster, the Hulk. If it's in that realm or that time period, then I want it and I love it.
Yeah.
And if it comes from Professor frickin' Mark Ruffalo smiling, this is my son Scar with his terrible haircut, She-Hulk, like I'm too scared to fight Thanos BS, then miss me with it. Completely miss me with it.
Yeah, all of a sudden, like this thing that they had to send you to another planet because you just are gonna destroy the world at some point, and then all of a sudden Thanos is the cure to you can go off and live your happy life now because Thanos has cured you. Fear has cured the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Like,
but I think I'm gonna lean pretty heavily into the Hulk that I love.
Yeah.
The Hulk that I grew up with. Maybe it's the Hulk Classics. maybe it's the Marvel Legends, maybe it's all of the above, maybe it's some of the animated series, but that my mind's eye of terrifying, gritted teeth, roaring, snarling, gets bigger when he gets angrier, or at least gets stronger.
I didn't understand comic art.
Yeah.
Whenever I first started getting
how to read it.
Well, I'll say this, comic cover art.
Yeah.
When I didn't understand about how to actually interpret what it was doing.
Yeah.
And there was a Hulk thing whenever I first started getting into comics, like a cover where he's so big that he's outgrowing the earth or something like that, and I was like, he got so mad that he got bigger than the world. And but it was still a beautiful. I should go back and hunt that down because
for sure.
I remember sharing it with my friends, saying look at this. This is how big he gets. He got 200 feet tall or whatever, because it was there was no limit to how big he could get.
There's no limit to how long we can sit here and talk about the Hulk, but sooner or later we've got to wrap this bad boy up. So get at us at Mighty Champions. I want to know how you feel about the Hulk. What's your favorite Hulk figure? What's your least favorite Hulk figure? Let us know at Mighty Champions. If you can make it to San Antonio on the 17th of January, come out to New Braunfels with us. We'd love to shake your hand and look into your eyes and go buy figures with you. Have a unit and help each other out. Find what you're looking for. You help us out. That sort of thing. A community. Thank you very much for listening to the show, and we'll catch you guys in 1 week. Peace.